Welcome everybody to Everyday Live Music and Photography. This is Vinyl Crusader. Um, Posted my first video today, so I just want to post some things about some vinyl that couple records that I have here that I picked up before we left Washington, Seattle. That I'm really excited about. I have it on I have it digitally on iTunes, but it's always good to when I see something on vinyl. It's always good that that I want to pick it up. I want to have both copies. So basically, the first album I'm going to talk about today is this Will Sessions album. The they with featuring Elzai, formerly of Slum Village. A little history on Elzai. He was a solo artist, and then he joined up with Slum Village. He replaced Jay Dilla after Jay Dilla left the group. Very good lyricist out of Detroit. Definitely one of my favorites. He linked up with the band with Will Sessions, and they did a rendition of Nas's Illmatic over over a live band, and I have to say that it was well put together. Will Sessions and Elzai they did a phenomenal job on this remake of Nas's Illmatic. So I would recommend you guys pick this up. Will Sessions, and this album is the instrumental version. Doesn't have any lyrics on there, so a lot of the if you ever heard it, you know, towards the end of the song, the band just keeps playing and keeps playing and keeps playing. So this is a instrumental version of it. So I definitely can't wait to listen to this. Uh, Next album I'm gonna talk about is the Farside's very first album. If you're familiar with Farside, it's a hip hop group based out of Los Angeles, California, and this was their very first album. Bizarre Ride to the Far Side, crazy album, very good, very very raw. You could tell these guys were very young, immature. It's sort of like a comedy. It's sort of like a comedy album, but the beats are insane, the lyrics are insane, and it's just funny. A lot of funny skits that are on it, and it's just four guys from Los Angeles that just having fun on a record. And this is actually the instrumental to that album. So I already have this on vinyl, the regular album, but when I saw the instrumental portion of it, I had to cop it because the beats on here are insane. So if you ever run into this album, Bizarre Ride to the Far Side, pick it up. It's very good. Uh, Next, this album right here is a classic right here. This is the Ahmad Jamal Trio, The Awakening. This is I already have this on vinyl, but what I have on vinyl is a remastered version. So when I saw this at the record store, this is one of the original pressings. So I mean, sometimes in my vinyl collections, I have maybe like doubles and triples. And if you're collecting vinyls, my people that collect vinyls, it's okay to have more than one vinyl. And sometimes you might see something that's remastered, and then when you go digging again, you might find the original pressing, and you end up copying that too. But this album is a very good album. If you're familiar with Nas's Illmatic, Pete Rock sampled a song on here called I Love Music that he used for The World Is Yours, and No ID. If you're familiar with Common song, I Used to Love Her. I'm sorry, not Used to Love Her, Resurrection. The song Resurrection off the album Resurrection. No ID sampled a song on here called Dolphin Dance for that piano loop. Very good album. Ahmad Jamal is sampled a lot by a lot of hip hop artists. So if you ever shopping for vinyl, you seen them all. Jamal album, cop it. Finally, if you're not familiar with Bob James, real, ill with the keys, piano guy. A lot of hip hop samples, a lot of hip hop break beats come off Bob Dylan. I pretty much have all of Bob Dylan's albums, and this is the one that I was missing.
Bob James.
Yes, Bob James. Well, I said Bob Dylan, didn't
Mm-hmm.
I? Excuse me, Bob James. Bob James. Yes. Have all his vinyl, and this is pretty much the only one that I was missing. So when I walked into the record store and I saw number 3, I copped it. So Bob Dylan, all your favorite hip hops, Bob James. Sorry, Bob James. All your favorite hip hop songs from Onyx to Missy, Missy Elliott. You know, hip hop in general. You know, once you start digging into the samples and finding out where these guys are getting this stuff from, you know, Bob James plays a big part in that. So that's all I have for today. Again, this is Vinyl Crusader for everyday life, music, and photography. I catch you guys.